5-on-5.
Feeling good after that first 20 minutes. Though, I mean, what happens in the second? Is it just chasing the game after that early goal? Or?
No, just mistakes that lead to goals. That's it.
I think despite maybe the improved process, I mean, it's clear you're not happy with the result. You're wearing it for sure. So is it a matter of frustration with those mistakes, or is it the stage or the stage that this game is on?
Losing's not fun. You know, we say good teams don't lose 2 in a row, and that's 2 in a row. So, you know, we've looked at our past couple, 7 or 8 games here, and it's not the hockey we've played all year that's made us successful. Even sometimes you're lucky enough with a goalie like that to get a win, even if you don't play your best, and that kind of hides sometimes the mistakes that you make. And right now Bucky's still giving us a chance to win, but we have a lot better to we can do a lot better out there.
What do you guys got to do to turn your luck around?
There's a lot of things I think we can improve on. I don't want to get into details here, but I think there's a lot of things that we can improve on as a team. 5-on-5, we want to attack with 5, want to defend with 5, and I think we do a better job of that.
How challenging is it how challenging was it with the shake-up on forward lines? I know you guys have played with some of each other throughout the game, but just to make that many changes prior to this one?
No, we're hockey players. If little things like that affect us, we have bigger problems.
On Matthews' 2 goals, do you rate that as a guy making a great play, or is that coverage issues either right off that initial face-off or on the goal, the second goal that he scored?
I mean, he's a good player. I don't know how many goals he scored last year. I mean, you give good players an inch, they'll take a lot, like I said. So, yeah.
Good. We talked about this being a proud team. Can you kind of take that frustration that anger and turn it into positive here as you continue on this long road trip?
Yeah. We saw it last year. It's a slippery slope. You start losing games, and nobody feels bad about that in this league. Start losing games, and teams see that as an advantage for themselves, and especially on the road on this long road trip, we're gonna need to turn around, and it starts in Ottawa.
Well, try to give ourselves a little bit better chance to start a period. It's a tough way to start a second, especially after I thought we had a good pace in the first period and overall pace of the game. I think we had a lot of shots, got to their goalie, and had some good looks to put ourselves in a position to have a good start of the game. And then when we start having to do an uphill climb, it's when it's tough against a good team. It's trying to climb that mountain as the game goes on is hard. It wears you down as you're trying to push and push and push and push and push. And as the game went on, I liked how our guys didn't go away, especially in the third period. You just can't really spot them. Can't really spot them 3.
Dictated much of that opening 20 minutes. You outshot them 16-6. Got outplayed Tuesday against Montreal. Didn't, but it was 0-0. Same kind of story here. You output the other way around 0-0. what kind of went off? What kind of went wrong in the second?
Hockey's a funny game. Sometimes you have good starts, but I think even in the second period, right, we have a couple of assignments that we usually pick up, and I think for the majority of the period, though, we still do a good job of getting up the ice, and I thought our D did a really good job of getting up on the play tonight and creating second chances for us. A couple of those go in, maybe it's a different game. But we do a better job of getting ourselves back into games when something like that happens to start a period. It's going to happen. It's not nobody's perfect. Things like that are going to happen. Good players are going to score when you give them chances. But I think we have a group that's capable of coming back in a situation like that and being a little bit more urgent when something like that does happen.
How much does the game change when you're chasing?
I think it changes quite a bit. I think the way you play has to change. You have to race down pucks a little bit more. You got to be more aggressive, and I think we did a good job of finding ways to get us chances and getting on the power play, and then we get the 5-on-3 and they give us a goal. We have a chance to go back into the game, and our power play has to do a much better job. We get a minute after we score a 5-on-3 goal to do something, at least create some momentum for our group. And that's on the 5 guys that go out after to be much better.
When you talk about spotting those goals, is the read on those plays that great players make great plays, or is there missed assignments that are also part of that story?
I can't tell you about this. I know that there were things that Bones talks about. I didn't personally see them. I can't say this is what should happen instead. But it is something where you can't spot your best players' pucks inside the hash marks as much as you can. You give our guys those amount of chances. We want our guys to get those types of things. If you go into a game saying, "Hey, we're gonna, get Mark and Kyle and Fly in those chances to score," wheels. We want that, right? And put yourself in a position where you're putting their best guys there. It's not a good recipe.
can't hear you. I'm
So
sorry.
you were looking for a bounce back game after Tuesday's loss. What did you?
Yeah, no. Listen, we played really well. We had much better effort, much better compete. The mistakes we made with their best players on the ice were glaring, and we gave them. To me, we gave them those first 3 goals. That's all on us. That's we give those guys, Matthews and Marner, those chances. They're going to score. We had some great looks. Their goalie. We couldn't get that timely goal that I talked a lot about, and their goalie made a lot of big saves for them. But it was a much better effort, much better compete. The score is the same, I get that. And if we create that many scoring chances on Saturday, we've got the goal scorers, the puck will go in.
You look at it, you mentioned the best players. I mean, you want your best players to be your best players every game. But is it particularly important against these top teams?
Well, it is. I mean, look at their goal scorers tonight. 2 from Matthews, 1 from Marner. So, yeah.
I've seen this team in the past when, like a second period when you get behind. I wonder what kind of, I don't want to say squander, but you've seen this team kind of give up leads and kind of, fall emotionally kind of level. Did you feel like the bounce back was there?
No, I thought, listen, we made a huge mistake right off the bat on that first goal. That's just, everyone's ready to go. It's just a terrible play. And then we had some looks. We just didn't score that goal to get us going. And again, the chances we gave those 2 guys were. Anyways. Good. Thanks.